Why, Grandmama? Why? Why? Come one, come all. It's story time with an alchemist. So it was a nice, brisk Thanksgiving day in the suburbs of Atlanta. And Maria, she was helping her mother to cook the Thanksgiving meal as generations of family members would soon be there.
Mommy, I'm so happy that you let me cook dinner with you and everything. But I was wondering, why did you cut both ends of the ham off before you put it into the oven and set those on the side to do other things? Why, I don't understand why you didn't.
Oh, baby, see, when I was just a little girl like you, my mom, we was cooking dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, and every year I would watch her and we would cut both ends of the ham, baby. Then, it just made the ham just came out so good and taste so good because, we cut it off and I think that allowed the juices in the ham to cook right. So that's what my mama did. But you know what, baby? When your grandmama get here, you just ask your grandmama what happened. Why we cut the ham off. She'll tell you how it make it cook better. It make it cook better when you do it that way.
Okay.
About an hour later.
Hey, Grandma, how you doing? Grandma, I was in the kitchen helping Mommy cook, and she cut out both ends of the ham before she put it into the oven because she said it makes it taste better, and that's what, she said she learned that from you. And so I was just wondering why we cut out both ends of the ham before we put it into the oven.
Oh, baby, that's so sweet. You in there helping your mama cook. That's what, when I was a little girl, I used to sit down and help my mama cook, and I watched her do the same thing. That's just so sweet. And now you in there helping your mama cook. We just passing along these traditions of these fine chefs in the family. That's just so wonderful. So, baby, when I used to sit there and I used to help my mama cook, because, we was in a small little town, in Georgia, in America's Georgia, a small little town, and we been there, and I be helping my mama cook, them Thanksgiving meals, and it was so good, and, she cut both ends of the ham off, and then, we cooked them later and everything, so we was cooking, it did make it taste better, but we were cooking those, we were saving those for later, for after, so that's why we cut those off, because we were saving them for later on. It did taste better, but we just made it save for later on. But your great-grandma, she'll be here in a few. So when she get here, you just go ahead and ask her, because it's just so sweet. You just want to learn how to cook in family traditions. It's just so sweet.
So a little while later, great-grandmother shows up.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Great-Grandma. How you doing? Hi, Mommy. I was helping Mommy, and I was in there and we was cooking, and she cut both ends of the ham off, and she put it in the oven, but then she said that she did it because it makes it taste better, and then she told me to ask Grandma, so I asked Grandma, and Grandma, she said that, well, when y'all was doing it, she learned that from you, and she said that, well, y'all did it because you wanted to save the other pieces for later, so I don't know which one, why we cut the both ends of the ham off, so can you tell me why? Grandma, I appreciate it, thank you.
Oh, baby, that's so sweet. You in there helping your mama and then learn, cooking, and you learn how to do all the cooking. I just love how the family just keep passing down all this, great wisdom and everything. But baby, I learned this from my mama as well, but it don't make the ham taste any better, baby. The ham tastes good because how we put out the little glaze and the seasoning and everything. And as far as having it for later, baby, well, see, you gotta understand, back in my day, the ovens weren't that big. And since the oven weren't that big, but the hams was so big, the only way we can get the ham into the oven was to cut the ends off, baby. And we just say the end because we ain't have much money, so we didn't want to waste it. So we make sandwiches and stuff later with what was left over, baby. But we just cut the ham. It wouldn't fit in the oven. I don't know what they talking about, baby. Guys, that's how it was in my mama's house and in my house. The oven wasn't big enough, but I don't know why they doing it, because y'all oven plenty big. So what wrong with you ladies still cutting off the ends of the ham, wasting all that ham for later on? Got all these people coming, you just wasting time having to cook another piece because the oven is plenty big. I don't even understand why y'all still doing it. I've been wondering myself, Maria.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for enjoying that story. Of course, a lot of people have heard that before. Probably not that way. But traditions, cause and effect. Oftentimes we have traditions that we do today simply because we don't remember, we don't know why. There was a cause, there was a reason, a rationale at some point as to why you cut off both ends of the ham. But over time, we lose the reason and we start doing things based on tradition. Now, if you're with me tomorrow when I do my live, I will be talking about what really went on at the Council of Nicaea. And one of the traditions, one of those things from there that was a cause and effect has been, misunderstood. Domitian is looked upon as a person who tried to snuff out Christians individually, as the life of Christians, when in truth, he wanted to keep the unity of the Roman Empire. And he believed that the reason why the Roman Empire was failing, while there was strife and struggle in certain areas, was because the people who were Christians weren't given sacrifice to the gods of that region. You see, the Romans didn't care if you worship many gods, but if they were different from each other. But if you give worship, give sacrifice to the God of that local region, then the rain will fall, then the crops will be good, then the disease won't come, or you cure the disease, or the floods won't happen. So they gave over to an idea that different gods were reigning over different areas, and because Christians were worshiping their one God and not recognizing the God of the area, that Christians were causing the different maladies going on in these areas, when in truth, a drought happened because nature created a drought. The rain happened because of rainfall. The flood happened because the rain was too heavy and it ran over the banks. The crop failed because of pestilence, disease, or something. But some supernatural force was not the reason. Was not the reason why these things were going on, and especially not some supernatural force, different ones in each different little area doing their own little thing. It's like one of these kids is doing his own thing. But traditions, we still follow. We still follow traditions of the male-female relationship in the effect of who's supposed to clean this and who's supposed to clean that. Now, if two people come to a conclusion that that's what they want to do, then that's fine. But when we do it out of a tradition, we're not doing it because we've decided so. And that's what Maria was looking for. Why were we cutting off the ends of the ham? Is it because it made some logical reason, or was it because of some? Well, did it have a logical reason? To which it did initially. Initially, the oven was too small, the ham was too big. But once the kitchens became bigger, the ovens became bigger. Then why continue the tradition? Was her quandary, is because now at this point, there's no reason to continue this tradition. There's no reason for you to continue to cut off the ends of the ham when you can cook the entire ham. It wasn't because it made it taste better, a made up reason. It wasn't because you wanted to make sandwiches later, a made up reason. The reason was the oven was too small, and what was left over was not going to go to waste because of economics. So we've created our own reasons and rationales as to why certain things happen, why things have happened in our lives, when in truth, there is always cause and effect. There's always a cause and there's always an effect. And what we must learn and understand is that in order for us to function in life, we have to always reevaluate the cause and effect. We can't always do things the same way we've done them in the past, because the relationship, the situation, the environment has changed. The ovens are now bigger, so there's no reason for you to do it. I was having a conversation with a gentleman today coming into work on the bus, and we were talking about how he wants to start a business in the next 10 years, but I'm just, it ain't quite right yet. I ain't got my money right. Well, back in the day, in the black community, it was more common that if you wanted to open up a business, you certainly had to save your own money. You had to fund it with your own money. The American government started the Freedmen's Bank, which is supposed to be a bank to help the former slaves be able to save their money and get loans so that they can build businesses. But of course, they gave those loans out to white people and not to any black people. So that system, those breakdowns, caused black people to be in a situation where now we save all our money and fund businesses ourselves. Well, here's the thing. Although I'm not saying banking laws are better, but the laws and the situations are different now. The laws are, and it's different. So if you are a person and you have a good credit score, 680 and above, and and this gentleman has $20,000 equity within his home, you don't go and take out his mindset is I take out the $20,000 of equity and then I buy I start my business, but then I'm lean in my business. That's not good business. That's how black people used to have to do it back in the day. No, now you do it the way that is more the way rich people do it, where you take out the $20,000 of equity, you use that $20,000 as equity towards a $150,000 loan. And now in that way, that's Maria in the background. That way, you got that you're using that 20,000 as seed money in order to get OPM, other people's money. So if it costs you $70,000 to start your business, but you got a $150,000 loan, you still got $80,000 for working capital so that you can service the loan, service your equity loan, but also give you working capital to allow your business to grow. That's how you do business today. That's how the black community can do business today. You don't have to do business today the same way it was done in the 1940s, the same way it was done in the 1890s or the early 1900s when black people really couldn't get a loan. So we can't keep doing things the same traditional way, because if you do it that way, then we will continue to widen the wealth gap. We will continue to fall behind. But that's how we must stop thinking. We have to stop thinking about continuing to follow a tradition. Instead, we have to start thinking of, how do I best do something today? What is the environment today? How do I make things better today? How do I make my family better today? How do I make my relationships better today? How do I get my health to be better today? Fruit today is nowhere near as nutritious as it was 30, 40 years ago. The way farming technology has happened is not. So can you just get healthy off food? It's hard. You might need supplements. You might need, and then even supplements, you might need to, now where those supplements used to be more natural, now they're so chemically induced, you may have to go find something more natural supplements and go to these natural stores and find things like that. Organic used to really be organic, but it's no longer really organic as it was 10 years ago. So as these things change, we can't hold on to traditions for anything. Even in your relationship, you will grow. Every day you have experiences and you grow. You have to be able to adjust. Just because y'all used to have fun doing XYZ 10, 15 years ago doesn't mean you're still going to have the same fun doing XYZ. You've changed, she's changed, he's changed. It's time for you to recognize that you have to continuously grow and change according to the environment. And that's the story, that we have to look at the past and recognize the cause and effects, and then see if those cause and effects are still there today. And if they're not, we have to change in accordance to what is the environment today, how things function today, and as we go into tomorrow, be mindful, watching, have things change. Are they changing? And we have to change with them. If you do that, then success will continue to follow you. You do that, then the adversity that you will come up against is something that you'll be able to handle and still pick yourself up if you do get knocked down. But you'll probably be able to avoid being knocked down if you continue to move in a way that you are not held down by traditions. You're not held bound by an old way of doing something, that you continuously look to grow and build and become something greater than what you currently are. I appreciate you guys. I thank you for listening to this. If you agree, let me know. If you want to be a part of the hashtag gourmet popcorn, if you want to win in our popcorn drawing, on Monday. The winner will be announced. But I appreciate you guys for being here, for participating with Storytime with an Alchemist. I hope the voices didn't throw you guys off too much. Yes, big black man making little girl voices and old lady voices. So it's pretty cool. I have fun doing it. But I appreciate you guys. Continue to support the channel, like, subscribe, and then go over to Patreon and become a patron. Thank you very, very much. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day. And remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is not negotiable.